All right, so misconception number 2 on today's Get Ready for the Future show. We're talking about 5 market misconceptions that we can really think about that will allow us to refocus and better prepare for our financial future. It's, I need to be rich to invest.
I'm really grateful this one's wrong because I would certainly not put myself in that category. I didn't start investing till I started working here in my mid-30s. Yeah. But I think this one, many years ago, accessing investments was much more difficult. If you didn't have an employer plan, you may not even realize there were IRAs out there. So that was something that I have a heavy heart for. But there are so many opportunities now and so many different vehicles you can use. With mutual funds, for instance, you can start with a very small balance and just get that ball rolling.
Scott, who has perpetuated this myth more than anybody else? The politicians.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the politicians come on TV and say, something like, well, the stock market only benefits the wealthiest among us. Well, that's just a load of crap. I'm sorry, that's exactly what it is, because I will guarantee you almost all of the listeners of this show and the vast majority of Arkansans have some of their retirement money in the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that they're not necessarily in that category of the wealthiest among us. Mm-hmm. Do the wealthy benefit from the stock market? Absolutely so. But average Joe out there benefits from the stock market, and really mutual funds democratized the stock market, because you could literally go in for as little in some mutual funds as $25 a month and invest in the equities of great American companies and have a well-diversified portfolio. It's just a lie that you have to be rich to be investing.
Go ahead.
Well, now you think about who we see on a day-to-day basis. The lineman in energy has access to an employer plan, and he can use that to get going, including a match. So if you have a retirement plan at work, that's a beautiful vehicle for you to get started with. You don't have to make $700,000 a year to invest. I would say the average median income of most of our retirees was probably closer to $100,000.
Can I say one other thing about this? And I know about this much about this, but I have to rant about this for just a moment. I understand I'm not a TikTok person, but I understand that the big trend on TikTok now are these guys that are cruising down the road in their Maserati or whatever,
yes.
and they're talking about take all your money out of the market and go put it in this or whatever, and the market's all for the rich people and they're taking advantage of you. That is a lie from the pit of hell.
Yeah.
It just is. It is them trying to make some sort of bank on their
fear.
Notoriety and on the fear that they can generate from people. Don't take your financial advice from TikTok.
Here is the truth. The stock market has been the vehicle that has created more wealth for more people than any instrument in human history.
That's right.
And if you're not in it over the long term, you're sitting on the sidelines and missing out a very good opportunity. My 22-year-old son, so let's bring this into real terms. My 22-year-old son has been putting $100 and now up to $200 a month into a Roth IRA since he was 18 years old.
He's got a good dad.
He's got thank you. I was going to say he's got a good start. He's got a good head start on financial independence. If he never changes that habit, he's going to be in great shape over 40 to 45 years until he's going to use that money. It doesn't take a lot. It just takes a little for a long time.